Hello guys, welcome back. John again. So right now, to the left side of me is a fiber laser cutting machine. It's a standard side, and I'm not trying to introduce the main part of the machine, but I'm going to say or to introduce the sequence of power on and off the machine, because some new users of the fiber laser cutting machines, they did not pay so much attention on this part. So the wrong or the incorrect sequence operation could do damage to the main parts of the machines. Okay, we can start now. So before we power on, we need to do some check of several aspects. First, the dust cover, make sure there's nothing debris on it in the x-axis and y-axis. And the gas, the cylinder. Okay, switch on the gas rod, and we need to check, make sure there's no any leakage of the gas, and all the connections are firmly connected. Next step, chiller. We need to make sure the water level is within the grain range in the chiller. So right now, all the parts, several parts has been inspected. Next, we are going to power on the machine. So we can start with this. Power on the total power. Cabinet switch on. Chiller switch on. Okay, chiller power switch on. We need to wait for several seconds. Okay. Now the laser source. Switch on the power. You can see there are 3 lights here. It must be in the sequence of green, red, green. This is in normal conditions. When we hear a beep sound, press the button of this power. Okay, we can see all the power switch has been turned on. We need to run the software, the SafeCut. Press confirm. The SafeCut is running now. There is a pop-up to check whether we need to go back to machine origin. Yes, machine origin. We can click confirm. Okay, the machine, especially the cutting head parts, is moving to the mechanical origin. This step done. Okay, we need to manually move the head to the proper place and open the front cover, because we have some parts need to check in this here before the cutting. Okay. This is an autofocus cutting head. We need to check in here the focus is in 0 or not. Here it's in 0 position. Okay, we need to take off the glove to check of the protection lens. When you take out the protection lens, make sure it will be closed immediately. If there's no dust or oil or any of the contaminations, we just put it back quickly. Okay, the second step is the nozzle, to make sure the nozzle is in good condition. There's no any damage or any scratch here, and also the hole is still in a very good round shape. Okay. Next step is to check off the red dot, checking whether it's in good condition or not, and whether there's no any black spot, to make sure the lens are in good conditions, no contaminations. Okay, so it seems it's good condition because there's no black or white spot. Next step is to check off the light centering, to check whether the laser light is coming out through the middle of the nozzles. Okay, our engineer is going to show us. Make sure there's a, okay, there's a wrap. To put it in the nozzle and use your hand to push it. Make sure it's firmly stick on it. And use your hand to push, to make sure it's firmly stick onto it. Then click on shutter. Make sure the red light is closed. And then click on laser. You take it out. We need to check whether there's a spot to check whether it's in the middle of the round hole here. You know, there are two round circle. One is in and out and one in the inner part, and we need to make sure the spot is in the middle of the inner one. If it's not in the middle, we need to make some adjustment of the light centering. And this picture shows the different possibilities of the light centering position. And our engineer already found it's not in the center, so it's going to make some adjustment. Okay. There are two buttons we need to make adjustment in the middle parts, left and right side. After your adjustment, and we need to do it again. Click on shutter and click on laser. Okay. We need to check whether it's in the center or not. If it's in the center now, so there should be no problem. We can go with the next steps. Now we are going to try to do the cutting. Actually, first we need to make sure the file is in there and to import the file. To import. Okay. To find one and open it. It's showing the screen. To check out the different parameters here. Okay, we need to find the different parameters we already sent in our computer based on the thickness and the can of the metal we are going to cut. Okay, now it's set. 哦，对，先做那个啥，做那个，对。
然后把切个头。
Before the cutting, one very important step is the calibration. We need to lower the cutting head and make sure the nozzle parts is like 10 millimeters away from the sheet metal, roughly 10 millimeters. The different step is press F1 for F1 first, and number 2, and click on Enter. It's already started the calibration. You can see the cutting head is moving slowly. Okay, calibration done. We need to check how the feedback here. If we see excellent, there should be no problem, and it's very good conditions. And each time, not every time, it shows excellent. If it's not in poor condition, so that should be fine, and we can continue with the cutting. Okay. Okay. We can start the cutting now. Let's see how it works.
然后我们在板台上找到切割头的起始点。
We need to find a starting point from in here of the sheet metal cutting.
切割的起点，然后走边框，走在边框。
Okay, walk in the frame to confirm the cutting area.
关闭光达。
Okay, click on shutter to turn off the red light.
然后点击开始切割就可以了。
Then click on start. What our engineer shows us is a 1 millimeter stainless steel with a fly cutting process. This is very commonly used the process for the thin metal cutting. Okay, so we have showed the cutting already and starting to do the power off sequence. So our engineer is going to show us now. First, we need to switch off the cylinder. And click on blow in the control handle to make sure all the gas in the rows has been nothing left, to make sure there's no any possible damage to the air rows. And turn off the software first. Computer, turn off. Leader cells switch off. Chiller power switch off. It's a chiller switch off in the contact cabinet here. Okay, the main power switch off. That's just Okay, this is the total power switch off, and the front one was the cabinet power switch off. Okay, so we have made all the processes of power on, cutting, and power off. Thanks for your time, and we show our thanks to our engineer, Mr. Nale, and we'll go into the next steps. Thank you, brother and friend. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, guys. Welcome back. In this part, we are going to talk some of the aspects we need to pay attention if we do not have a good cutting or the cut is not cutting through. So there are mainly 7 steps we need to check, and our engineer, Mr. Nale, is going to help us for the sequences. First, the cutting head. We need to pay attention. The cutting head is in the red range in the layer. You can see. In here, it shows a nodal head, but we need to make sure it's in the red range from 0.5 to 1.2 millimeters. 0.5 to 1.2 millimeters. You can see this is helping us to understand how much is the cutting head. Okay, this is the first one. And second one is the calibration. Each time we change the sheet metal, no matter the thickness or the can, different kind of sheet metal we are going to change. We need to do the calibration. And Mr. Nale is going to show us how to do the calibration. CNC, BCS, F1, number 2, lower the cutting head manually to around 10 millimeters distance to the sheet metal. Now he needs to click on enter. After you click on the enter, the cutting head is going to do the calibration. You can see it's already moving slowly. Okay. Calibration done. We see it shows excellent. That means in this part there's no problem. And not only excellent, there are different levels. We need to make sure it's not in the per level. Then we can start with it. Okay. The third part we need to check is the nodal. We need to make sure the nodal is in good condition, no scratch on there, and the round hole is in very good conditions here. Okay, this one no problem. You put it back. Next one is the focus spot. We need to make sure the focus spot in the cutting head is same to the focus we set in the software. It's 0 now, and here. 负一哈 ，OK。然后我给它改，是不是改一个正3？正3的焦点，然后给它调整过去。 Okay, we are going to make some change to the focus 3. Let's check if there's change or the changing is based on our adjustment. Okay, it is 3 now, so there's no problem with the focus adjustment. 我要检查一下光路吧。 Now we are going to check about the light centering to check whether the lead light is coming through the middle of the nozzles. We need to take out a slice of the transparent adhesive tape and use your finger to press it to make sure it's firmly stick to the nozzle. And click on shutter, click on leader, take it out. You can see there's that black spot. This is the spot that's made by the laser, and we can check whether it's in middle or not. Each time we do the light centering, we need to make sure there are two circles clear. One is outer one, the other is inner one. We need to do this. We need to make sure these two circles are clear. In this way, only this way, we can better distinguish whether the laser lettering is in the middle of the circle. Okay. 这个是在中心的。哦，行。Okay, so this one is in the middle. No, you don't. If it's not in the middle, there are. In this picture, it shows the different possibilities of the possible location of the light centering, and we need to make the tuning in two different buttons, one in the left, the other in the right. Okay. We need to make adjustment of these two buttons based on this picture, and you can screenshot this picture, or you can talk with our salesperson for the availability. Okay. Next step, protection lens.
打开跑步机之前是把灰先擦一擦。
We need to wipe out all the possible dust before we open the drawer of the protection lens. Okay. Take out the drawer and close the lift door instantly. Make sure there's no dust, no any oil, or no any possible contamination. Okay, so it's in good condition. We need to put it back fast. Okay, great. The final one will be the gas rod checking, and we need to make sure it's in good condition and the pressure is enough. It's good. It's properly set. Okay, our engineer is going to show us.
点击吹气开关，
Click on blow.
把手放在附近，
Put a hand in this position and to feel if there's any leakage or not.
看这个气管周围有没有气体出来。
Is to check, make sure there's no any leakage or any gas coming through this part. Okay.
这边，再一个是这附近有没有气体散发出来？
And we need to use your hand in this position and put it here and click on blow to feel whether there is any gas coming out from this part and to check of the possible leakage. Here. Okay. Okay guys, these are the main aspects we need to check if we do not have a good cutting or the cutting piece is not cutting through. So if still we do not solve the problem, you can come to us and turn to us, to our salesperson and engineers. We'll be very happy to be assist. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.